Hi, everyone. Being a community developer on Ghost Recon Wildlands and Breakpoint has been an incredible journey for me so far. When we first announced the game, you were very excited. And after discussions with members of our community, I today announce that with our post-launch plan, we will be bringing back our AI teammates for our solo players.
Okay, welcome ladies and gentlemen. This is gonna be a short video, most short than the other ones on the series, and even if the fact that I'm titled this video a little bit different than the normal title for the series, it's still on the same note. So, what we're talking today is the fact they are going to be quote-unquote reintroducing the AI. Now, let's remind the simple fact that they will be reintroducing this on post-launch, meaning they can be from 1 day from the day of the game release, but could be 1 decade later. Let's just think and hope they're gonna do on the rolling to the first week for the first big patch, not first week, or maybe in the same amount of time. I hope before the amount of time they did Ghost War. Again, this whole fucking multiplayerization and RPGization of this game is kind of pissing me off a lot. Now, supposedly I would be doing the loot tier video, but there is some points that I want to make before, and that's why I'm going to be using this video for it. There is a fucking lot of he said and she said on Ubisoft forums right now. A lot of people, not only Ubisoft forums, but you see that on the Twitter, on YouTube comments from Ubisoft, or whatever it is. There's a lot of he said, she said, they said. In the same way, so that's why I'm not doing the loot video yet. Why? First, although it's not gonna change 100% what I'm thinking about loot, it's gonna like be one positive on a fucking pile of negatives than the loot system is. It is the fact that cosmetic loot, there will be not cosmetic on the loot system. You will be able to quote-unquote transmogrify each and every piece of equipment and you use, independent of the tier or the weapon. The backpack that you use, you will always having the backpack that you want. You're not gonna need to change for the one that you are using. If that's the thing, it's one positive. The tier loot system is too shitty, but yeah. Now, let me remind one aspect. A lot of people still defending not only the tier loot, but still defending the fact that we should stop complaining since we got the AI. No, we didn't. Boys and girls, we just fucking land on Normandy. And I know, I'm taking too fucking far, but that's what I do. There's still a lot of steps to go to arrive in Berlin. And remember, the release date, aka the Soviets, probably gonna arrive first. Now, continue with this topic of changing, and he said, she said, there was a Ubisoft manager, community manager, or something, who said they will be shifting away from weapons restrictions. Again, he said, she said, I have the quote, will be right here, but I don't know how it's gonna be. Now, that's an interesting topic, because Rapman 5 put on the comments of my last video, then he would not want the restrictions to be taken out. Then there was other ways to create that in a better way, shape or form. And I totally agree with him on that aspect. For example, you saw that my main proposal was not even a get rid of the class restrictions, was to create an open class for the single player. But I'm always gonna bring the easy route here. And what I mean by the easy route, we all know Ubisoft is still a business. So they will try to be placing always the easy way out of the situation. So what is easy? Create a very good system, aka the way that Rapman plays. A very, very good business system that will implement difficult challenges and different ways to approach the gear and the building, the build stats or stuff like that. Or just tick off the restriction. Yeah, tick off the restriction is far more easy than that. So I think then if they implement both my idea or his idea would be great, would be better. But I know they would not do. They would opt for an easy way, and quote unquote the easy way is just take restrictions out. Now, let's. I still don't believe fully into the developer came. We have a video where they say, yeah, we are taking that out. Or, for example, September 5th, the day of the beta, came around. We choose the class and there isn't restrictions. Or, for example, another gameplay developer vlog or majig. Strangely enough, and I do believe we're not gonna see anything for the next month, I think. Mostly because we lack one interesting aspect. I think we're gonna see something on probably PAX. But E3 just came out, E3 is over, everyone who had gameplay release, everyone who didn't have didn't release. Second, one interesting thing is still at this moment, I know this is more like a gear thing, but until this moment, I know that we didn't have the ability to pick weapons on the ground, so yeah, the loot system is really sounding worse than it is. Now, okay, ladies and gentlemen, that's kind of it. The second part of this thing is they are reintroducing the AI. Again, one day after, 1 decade later. I'm still find very strange they took the only major part of the E3 presentation was this. A little bit talk about game without any gameplay footage, a trailer, the announcement of that bullshit of a social network Delta company who doesn't even fucking matter. I know what you're gonna say, then a lot of footage came around from influencers and stuff like that, but uh, I don't know, even those gameplays sound fake as fuck. And I know they were supposed. It's not they are fake as fuck. It's the fact they sound fake as fuck because look, they are not like they. We know there's something out there. And Big Fry TV said they didn't want they to show any type of menus or stuff like that. IGM got passed out of that, but I don't know because the gods of Ubisoft Blast they have the ability to do that. And there's still a lot of things being hide, things that we want to know, things that we need to know about it. So yeah. And the fact is, again, we have a lot of he said and she said. The AI is was one of my biggest problems. That's being reintroduced. We don't know when. We don't know how long it can take. And I still going to say the conspiracy theory. It's really there. Like they're doing that for public stunt. I don't believe that. I have my own conspiracy theory here, like what chemicals on the water they're turning the drones gay, but the reason is, in my opinion, what the whole shebang happened simply because the developers said to whoever was in charge, we don't have time to build the AI on launch. We are building, it's fucking up, is not going well, or whatever it is. What happened was the developer, the management, whoever said, say then you're gonna release without it. If no one complains or the backlash is very minimal, what we're gonna do? Easy fucking thing, don't release, cut the AI and fucked. If people complain enough, we say then we release in the community and we're gonna bring the AI back. So that's gonna be the okay, we are listening, quote unquote, we're listening to the community about the fucking thing. Honestly, they are not. Because out of a fucking essay size list of complaints that people have about this game, they only address two. And they are only allegedly addressed to, and only one of those may be on release. The other one gonna be on a fucking patch, probably 4 months. And one thing, that's a thing. The only way they would probably implement would be if they push the release dates to the I don't know February or something. and I fucking doubt Ubisoft would allow they to push the release after the out of this year, because they don't have any big game on this year anymore. And I do believe in the division is not being able to carry the fucking thing on the entire Ubisoft on their shoulder, so they would need fucking something. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, let's keep going with this. Again, quote unquote, this is the solution of, but the overall structure of the video is a little bit different, short. There are still things that I believe then can be a problematic on the AI. And all of those are linked to the fucking tier loot system, and that's what driving me insane. How the fuck the AI will manage the tier system? They will have set guns, and you never be able to change those guns? This was not a problem on Wildlands, because, well, guns only had different stats, but didn't fucking change that much. But now, they kinda do. Because we have gear too. And gear change stats, giving a health of a defensive stat, or offensive stat, a stealth quote unquote stat, or a stamina and health. Yeah, that's fucking strange as shit. How they going to do? In my opinion, the way they could do that is it's bad still. The real way should be drop the entire gear score and gear tier loot stuff. But yeah, they're not gonna do that. Because this fucking gear stats and gear tier loot is just a way to pad out the game. And again, he said, she said, but there's a side of the developer said they are doing that because they want you to experience all the guns. I don't fucking want to experience all the guns, sweetheart. I know what guns I want. I know what type of weapons I want to use, and I fucking know. Now, the fact is, I don't want to farm gear and guns for me and for the AI. The way they could do that, still having this tier loot bullshit and garbage on it, it's quite simple. Take the gear score that you have and assimilate and copy that to the AI. The AI will always have a gear score equal to their weapon. The weapon loadout and gear loadout will be dependent of their class. It's a way to solve their problem, but still would prefer that problem doesn't exist, aka take the tier loot system out of the fucking game. Last but not least, how to improve the AI. There's a fucking lot of ways to do. There's a giant essay that was written for Wildlands, but I think it can be taken to account on Breaking Point. But my fucking point here is, since maybe probably we're not gonna have any more the rebels, there is some things about the homestead, but I fucking hope there are not rebels, and we're not gonna be having to oh, grind for food, medical stuff, parts, and communications and whatever, because that was fucking boring. That got boring very easily. I hope we kind of have a entire wheel for commands. And it doesn't need to be a lot of commands. First, the AI doesn't need to be a genius. The AI just needs to not be stupid while you are seeing the AI. Make they go for cover to cover. Make they stay relatively close to you. Make they not hug the fucking enemy. That's kind of good. But to the command wheel, have the top one or any other one be a generic for group command, group will, like regroup, fire at will, go prone, and stuff like that. While all the other three corners, quote unquote corners, we were talking a fucking will, but there, you got the idea. The other division, the other sides of the will being some things like go there, stay there, fire, and usability, deployability. That would be good enough so you could give reasonable commands. There can be more, and you don't need to do that because there is people who don't want to micromanage the AI. So make the have enough brain, then you do not gonna need that. But make they being capable of doing that. Make the game support if the someone wants to give a little bit of more micromanagement. Yeah, just make the AI a little bit better than, or the better than you can do than Wildlands. We accept the compromise. As we both can compromise, you stop being taking shit out of our games and start to delivering something reasonably good. Each time delivering something better, as a sequel should. We compromise, then we're not gonna have a fucking Ghost Recon First Advanced Warfighter AI. Now, that is the fucking thing, ladies and gentlemen. This is, as I said, short video. Just point out that we're gonna have the AI back. Hope before the end of the decade. Really, if I'm bringing to my wish star, I hope we had before the end of the year, but I fucking doubt it. And that's the thing. Even with the AI back, I'm still questioning myself about buying this game. Because fuck, I don't want to loot. The looter shooter aspect is kind of killing me. And I know a lot of people are still defending and they are putting developer code saying, oh, there's not gonna be them, there's not gonna be that, there's not gonna be a gameplay effect on the loot. But if there isn't, why there's loot? Why there's tiered guns? And last but not least, Big Fry TV said that the stats of a gray weapon are lower than the stats of a green weapon from the same class. A green Desert Eagle is statistically better than a gray Desert Eagle. So yeah, that's fucking bullshit. So ladies and gentlemen, that's gonna be it for this video. As I said, short video. Just saying that what are we gonna have more, the fact that quote unquote we're gonna have more the AI and the quote unquote, don't take that with a grain of salt. They will be putting back they will be shifting away from weapons restrictions. It's the easy way out to solve that problem, yes, but it's still they are solving that problem. Thank you for watching, see you next time. Well, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for watching. This was the video. If you enjoyed, leave it a like. If you didn't, leave it a dislike. If you have anything to say, please leave a comment. And if you want to see what the hell is gonna be coming next on this mess, subscribe. And see you guys on the next episode.